Hey there, Jasco here. Today we're going to take the C major scale that we learned a couple videos ago and have some fun with it. Yeah! The first thing I'm going to show you in this video is a new way to practice it that'll help build up some skill in your picking hand. And the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to have some fun with it and we're going to play some things that will hopefully sound kind of musical. So the way that I want you to practice this scale is from low note to high note, and then back down. But with our picking hand, we're going to pick twice on each note. So I'm going to call this double picking. That type of thing. And what we're going to do is, if you're holding a pick, it'll be down, up, down, up. If you're not holding a pick, it'll be thumb, down, index up. And I want you to take that part of your hand and make sure you're lightly touching the bridge so that you can mute later on. That'll become very important later on, especially on electric guitar. So we're going to play starting on the low E string. Down, up, down, up. When you get to the highest note out of that scale, I want you to end up on the root note. So I play all the way down to the lowest note that I can, which is the low E string, and then I end back on the root note of the scale, C. You could also do that when you're ascending the scale, when you're playing up the scale. So I'd play to the highest note, which is G, 3rd fret of the high E string, and then I'd end on C, 1st fret of the B string. That just establishes where that root note of that scale is. So that's one way to practice that. Double picking, and you want to try to get it flowing as smoothly as possible. We probably haven't talked about a metronome yet, but if you've got a metronome, or if you can download one on your phone, one that I've got is called Pro Metronome. It looks like this, and what it does is it clicks at a steady tempo. That way when you practice the scale, you can hopefully play right in time with that, or you can learn to keep your time better. So there's a little number up here that I can change. That number right there is the number of beats per minute. So right now I'm going to set it at 60. So that's 60 beats a minute, or 1 beat per second. And I'm going to play this scale along with the metronome. So I'm going to pick 2 times for every click. You could play it half as fast and just pick 1 time for every click. So that's a good device to help you keep time. And you should only use a metronome after you've memorized a certain piece of music or a certain scale or whatever. Don't learn it while you're still trying to remember it. But once you've got something memorized, then you can use a metronome to help keep you in time. So another thing that we're going to do today is we're going to learn to improvise. Improvising, if you're not familiar with the concept, is spontaneously creating solos or melodies. So we're going to use the scale to create little guitar solos. We're also going to incorporate our chords in this. We're going to use an A minor, a G, an F, and an E in that order. For this activity, we're going to play a chord, then a few notes out of the C scale, then another chord, then a few notes out of the C scale, then another chord, then another chord. So to do this, I'm going to take the first chord, A minor, play that, then I'm going to play a few notes out of the C scale. And they can be anywhere in the scale. They can be high notes, notes in the middle of the scale, low notes. What I probably don't want to do is skip around. So wherever I'm going to play my notes, I want all my notes fairly close together. I don't want to play something like that. I want to, if I'm starting, maybe right there on the first fret of the B string, then I'll play notes that are fairly close to that. And I want to play 3, 4, 5, 6 notes, nothing too long at this point. Now the only thing that I want you to keep in mind, other than just playing notes out of the C scale, is I want you to play the last note that you're going to play from the chord. So that means whatever note I end on, it's got to be a note that was in that chord. So in A minor, I've got 5 different choices. I've got open A string, I've got 2nd fret D string, 2nd fret G, 1st fret on the B string, or open high E. So I'll pick out my ending note before I start my little improvised melody. So maybe my ending note is going to be 1st fret on the B string. So I played 3rd fret on the B string, 1st, open, and I ended back on 1st fret. Then I'll play a G chord. G chord, I've got 6 possible notes that I could end on. I could end on 3rd fret low E, 2nd fret on the A string, open D, open G, open B, or 3rd fret on the high E string. So maybe I choose to end on the open G string. So I played open B, 1st fret B, open B, 2nd fret G, and ended on that open G. That matches, helps it sound like it matches that G chord. When I play F, I've got 4 notes I could possibly end on. 3rd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G, or 1st fret on the B or the high E. So maybe I'm going to choose to end on 1st fret on the high E. So I played first, I started on the 1st fret also. 1st fret, 3rd, 1st fret, open, back to 1st fret. When I play E, I've got 6 notes I could possibly end on. Open low E, 2nd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the G, open B, open high E. Now that 1st fret on the G is a note that's not in the C major scale. So when I'm doing my run, I wouldn't play that, but I can end on that. And it'll sound like it matches that E chord. So maybe I'll choose to end on that. Then I can repeat. So you can use that as a section in the song Malagueña. In earlier videos we did the melody, and we did some chords for Malagueña. then you can put this little exercise in and it'll sound just like part of the song. So have fun with that, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you know when I'm putting out more videos. Thanks a lot.